This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we're going to talk about how to take you from addiction towards unlimited power. There's an exponential growth phase that happens once you manage to overcome yourself and overcome your addictions. You are on the path towards unlimited power. It's not just getting over your addiction. Once you've overcome your addiction, you are stronger than you've ever been before. And if you use that strength that you've developed, that discipline, to continue to develop that power and that discipline in your life and continuously improve, eventually the exponential growth curve is going to happen and you're going to eventually get to unlimited power. This is what this movement, the Men of High Value movement, is all about, is assisting your journey towards unlimited power. Not to take people down, but to lift people up. Power in the dictionary is the ability to do. And if you've got the ability to do a lot and to take massive action and to basically help tons of people, to serve even more people, amazing things can happen. Let's think about one person that had massive power. He managed to bring independence to India in 1947 from the British rule, the oppression that basically India had been under for hundreds of years. He needed 200 million volunteers to assist him to accomplish that feat with countless non-violent demonstrations. But they believed in freedom and they believed in Mahatma Gandhi. And he took care of business. Guess what he did? He led himself first. He was massively disciplined and he had a vision. And with that vision, he learned to tap into how to lead others and to create a massive team that eventually fulfilled that vision. You have the same potential as Mahatma Gandhi, whether you like it or not. And you can tap into that potential by fulfilling that responsibility, that duty, that obligation to fulfill that potential. But first, we've got to overcome our addictions. The best way to overcome our addictions is to understand where they are coming from. There was a study made in the 1980s of rats. They took a rat, isolated it in a cage, and then they gave him 2 bottles, one with water and one with a cocaine and heroin concoction. The rat tried both bottles, but eventually it continued to sip from the heroin and cocaine concoction. Over time, it died. This was done with massive amounts of different rats, and it was the exact same result. However, once they changed the environment of the rats, they took things to another level by creating some sort of mini rat utopia where there was a social gathering of rats. And they basically had great food, they had everything that they needed in that cage, and they had the 2 bottles, water and the heroin cocaine concoction. Guess what? Those rats actually shunned away from the drugs, and they just used water. I thought that was absolutely amazing to hear of that study. And what came to be known as that the opposite of addiction is not sobriety. It's bonding, it's community, it's connection with other people. Now we're talking about any form of addiction. This could be drugs, this could be alcohol, this could be smoking, which you should take all of these out of your life over time. If you can do cold turkey, that's even better. But another one is also porn and masturbation. All of these addictions, where do they come from? They come from a lack of bonding, community, and connection as a child. Simply, either your parents neglected you, Probably wasn't on purpose, but maybe that's what happened. Maybe they taught you in a way that did not work. So you felt a lack of emotional fulfillment. Maybe you were bullied as a child in school. Your parents shouldn't have put you in school in the first place. Do you understand that there's different things that have happened in our childhood that has shaped who we are today? And it led us to porn and masturbation in our early teens. And then it's bringing us forward to other addictions later in life. You can recover from those addictions, but you cannot recover without bonding, without community, without human connection. And that's what this movement is for. The Men of High Value channel is to assist men to step onto the power curve, the exponential power curve towards unlimited power, when you're able to actually discipline yourself and get anything that you want to get done. Because you've created a vision and you become good at explaining that vision to other people who catch that vision and who hold on for their dear lives. That's what's so cool about the exponential growth curve towards unlimited power. If you manage to get a step ahead of someone else who has a lot more problems than you do, once you're there, a little bit step ahead, you can reach back down and pull them up together with you. And then you're now on the path together. Human connection, community. When you're on that path together, no one is even thinking about addiction. Everyone is on the right track towards unlimited power. The greatest power on planet Earth is people working together in unity to fulfill a vision of doing good to other people and assisting them to take the next step in their lives. It's amazing what we can do with this movement. What I recommend, first of all, in order for you to pass through the 4 stages of leadership is number 1, lead yourself. Number 2, lead a team. Number 3, once you've completed those 2, is lead women. Number 4 is lead kids. Those 2 others though, procrastinate them as long as you possibly and physically can, because you need to figure these 2 out first, man. If you have not learned to lead yourself, do not even think of getting romantically involved with the woman. You've got to learn how to lead yourself. Your life in the beginning will become more miserable, not less. Understand that right now, the habits that you're performing is inside your comfort zone. You've got your comfort zone, bruh. And inside that comfort zone, you feel masculine. Okay? But it's once you get outside that comfort zone that things become uncomfortable. But there's no growth inside the comfort zone. Okay? You've got to take the step out of the comfort zone, and that will make you emotionally unstable. Not emotionally stable. You were emotionally stable inside your comfort zone, but you weren't emotionally stable, were you? Depending upon whatever happened to you and you blaming the circumstances, you were struggling, okay? But now you've stepped outside and you're struggling even more. And this is the time when people quit. That's not the time to quit, because it always gets worse before it gets a lot better. And you want to get to the point where it gets a lot better. And guess what? After you've stretched your comfort zone, it's time for you to stretch your comfort zone a little bit more. Think a little bit bigger. And then you step outside your comfort zone again by doing something you're not comfortable with doing. Eventually you will have progressed on the power curve because of your discipline. You are now expanding that comfort zone beyond what you ever thought was possible. All things are possible when you work together with a community of like-minded people. And you've got to always remember that. You and I are living in the age of loneliness. And the only way to get out of that loneliness is to participate in a community who thinks like you, but who have progressed further than you on their way to success. You cannot remain with your current circle of people that you're with right now and expect for your comfort zone to increase. You've got to reach up to reach higher. This is why I've been talking about my coaching program lately. And what I've decided to do is, if we get 10 likes on this video, I'm going to give the first 5 commenters a free coaching session and help them to take this next step in their lives from addiction to unlimited power. One step at a time, we can make things happen together. I just want to build a community, man. I just want to build massive connections with people who are like-minded like me, who are trustworthy. Once you understand that it's all about controlling your thoughts, and you begin to learn how to control your thoughts, that's leading yourself. And if you lead yourself and you consistently control your thoughts, you'll control your behavior. You'll control your habits. And I can promise you, you will control your destiny. Success is inevitable once you learn to control your thoughts. And that's how we've gone from addiction and we'll get to unlimited power. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you in the next video.